Join Dalton and Jacob as they discuss the ever-changing world of trading card games. TCG Buzz starts now.
What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 10 of TCG Buzz. This is your boy, Dalton.
I'm Jacob. Yo, dude, what episode number is this?
10.
10?
Yeah.
Bro,
What?
we're already on episode 10. Feels like
Okay.
just yesterday we were talking about Luck and Logic in episode 1.
Feels like a year since Luck and Logic, man.
I'm very excited for Luck and Logic. How about you?
Well, of course. It's only 23 more days since from this recording.
Oh no, you're telling them when we're recording. No, no. So what were we talking about this episode?
We'll be talking about Luck and Logic. I'm joking. We're talking about Weiss Schwarz, everybody. Weiss Schwarz. Black and white, you know.
So let's see, we've done episodes on Buddyfight
Buddyfight.
and episodes on Vanguard.
Vanguard.
Now we're doing Weiss Schwarz, the
You
third
forgot
booster.
you forgot about Luck and Logic.
Oh, well, of course we've done episodes on Luck and Logic, but you can't count it till it comes out.
But it does count. It counts more than Weiss Schwarz.
So basically this episode is going to be us talking about Weiss Schwarz, and to be honest, we're not going to be praising it.
There was never any praise coming along for Weiss Schwarz. It was going to be its downfall. No, I'm joking.
To be honest, we both don't really like Weiss Schwarz. I probably have the strongest opinion on it.
This is very true.
So we're just going to talk about what we don't like about that. But we're not doing it alone.
We're not. Holy smokes.
You just noticed the guy sitting at the table with us?
Oh, I thought it was just a random light on. Oh, hi there, Darien. How you doing?
Good.
Hi, Darien.
Howdy.
I'm used to recording with you, but not on this show.
I know. It's
What-
weird being a guest on this one.
What's so weird about it?
I've never been a guest.
Never?
Never.
You've done 20-some episodes of Gaming Buzz, and you've never been a guest on another podcast?
That's right.
Well, first time for everything.
Yeah.
Dang, son. Dang.
So, Darien, you liked Weiss Schwarz,
For a week.
and for that entire week, every single day, I told you how bad it was, right?
Yeah.
Did I sway your opinion?
I felt like I was being harassed more than anything else.
That's basically how Jacob is about when he hates something. It's more harassing you and telling you how stupid you are, how dumb you are, how
But I'm not mean.
The thing is,
the
thing is, I like the game. It's just too expensive for me to like it, so I'd rather spend my money on Vanguard and Buddyfight.
Ah,
And that
so you're a normal person.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess between the three of us, I like the game the least, and then probably Dalton in the middle, and then Darien actually likes it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that it's kind of expensive.
Yeah. Quite.
Like, give us an example. How expensive can Weiss Schwarz get?
The cheaper stuff is in the $5 range, and
Oh, God, that's too much already. I'm
For
sorry.
a pack.
yeah, for a pack.
Expensive Vanguard packs are $5 a pack.
Yes. And the expensive stuff can range close to that $10 mark for a pack.
Jesus.
So buy 2 packs and you're basically getting not that many cards, but you could buy a starter deck and be well off.
The thing with that, I know Dalton, the one deck that he tried to build for Weiss Schwarz.
I didn't
was-
build any deck. I
Stop.
bought a deck. And it was for Luck and Logic. Wow. Already. No, Log Horizon.
Log Horizon. And what stopped you from building it?
Well, let's
much?
just say it is the most expensive set.
How much is a pack?
I think it was like $8.92.
Yeah, so almost $9 for a pack at our local card shop. Online, they sell for like $6 to $7 a pack if you can get a good deal, but that's not factoring shipping in.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money for, what is it, 8 cards per pack?
I think so.
Dang.
Not a good value.
No, sorry.
Some of that expensiveness can be understood based off of the fact that Bushiroad, the company who prints the game, has to pay licensing to the companies that own the animes and video games that are used for the cards.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It makes some kind of sense, but
It's understandable.
Yeah, you know, the owners of Hatsune Miku aren't going to let Bushiroad print a whole bunch of cards of her for free.
Right.
aw,
That'd be really ridiculous.
why not?
Which does kind of drum up the price a little bit, but I'm sure part of that is also just feeding Bushiroad.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You know, I come from playing Buddyfight, which is by far their most budget-friendly game.
Oh, definitely.
And Vanguard's somewhere in the middle. You know, it really depends on the deck. Some decks get crazy expensive. I'm looking at my $500+ Tsukuyomi deck. That's expensive.
Which you build in a day.
Right.
Well, 2 days, actually.
But other decks in the game you can build easily for under $50. Building a competitive Weiss Schwarz deck for under $50, that's unheard of.
Competitive. Oh, my.
I don't think I would ever go competitive in Weiss Schwarz.
Building a Weiss Schwarz deck that isn't just a trial deck is near impossible for under $50.
Right. Because you need to spend at least 300 in packs before you get anything decent.
Dang. I'm glad I got out of the game really fast.
Well, when your average 10 to 15 pack boosters are $80 to $90 a piece, you start to see why the game's really not budget friendly.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
And also, because of that, most players who are really into the game just get the cards they need and are done with it. It's not like Buddyfight. For example, I do it, and I know Dalton kind of does it. I don't think Darien does, but sometimes you just buy stuff for like Buddyfight or Vanguard, probably mostly Buddyfight, just in the hope to get something to trade.
Oh, yes. Which makes it a little bit easier for you, especially if you don't have luck. Like, when I couldn't get my Tsukikages for a while, I'm like, I just need to buy this setup and then just see this hope. Even though I don't think I ever traded for a single copy, I still ended up getting my copies for them.
Right, and you ended up with a lot of extra stuff that you were able to trade for stuff you wanted.
Oh, yes.
Which brings me to another point. You can't trade really in Weiss Schwarz.
Oh, yeah. You want to know the first line that you ask somebody before you even think about trading?
Ooh, let me guess. What do you have for trades?
No.
What?
You say, do you play for this? Do you have this?
It's not like Buddyfight or Vanguard where certain arch clans or worlds or whatever you want to call them are mixed together in a single booster box, which encourages people to trade. Everything is split into their own individual boxes. So if you want to play Sword Art Online, you buy the Sword Art Online box. You want to play Puella Magi Madoka Magica, you buy that box. You want to buy Fate Stay Night, you buy that box. And you don't have stuff for anything else.
Makes sense.
And with the cost, people tend to stick to one or two of the different types of cards.
Mm.
And because of that, most people don't have trade stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of went into it stupid because not that many. I basically got into the game because of a Can Cole deck. I bought it basically when it came out just because it was there. And it was an impulse buy, but then I figured out there's only one person locally that I can trade with, basically.
Wow. At least that's more than me.
No one plays Log Horizon.
I don't know. I've never tried.
And part of the issue with that, there are a lot of different animes that are used in the game. But when I mean used, they have cards for it. The ones that are actually used are the popular ones.
Oh, so you're like your Sword Arts
like
and
50% of Weiss Schwarz players just play Sword Art Online or Attack on Titan.
yeah, I'm glad I didn't pick any of those because it just would be like really typical.
Well, let's be fair there. Some people might burn us there. You shouldn't say most popular animes. I would say more of your gateway animes.
Yeah. And, you know, it's cool seeing all these animes together, but there are so many just, I'm playing Sword Art Online, I'm playing Sword Art Online, I'm playing Attack on Titan, I'm playing Fate Stay. Like, where's the weird stuff, the interesting stuff?
Yeah, where's my Log Horizon fellas?
All three of them.
Like, where's a Madoka Magica person? Like, yeah, some people play them, but it's not like... there's just not enough diversity in the game.
No, there isn't.
There isn't.
And that's one of the reasons why trading with other players would be so hard.
It's a pain too. It's almost like pulling teeth when it comes to trading.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me.
Darien has never, at this time, has never attended a Bushiroad sponsored event. However, I believe you're looking at coming with us to regionals this year.
Yeah.
But Dalton and I have gone to several now.
Yeah.
And I've realized something. Vanguard players are very friendly. And very fun to talk to. Buddyfight players are even more so. The Buddyfight community is amazing.
Yes, so awesome.
The Weiss Schwarz community, I'm sorry, and I am stereotyping a little bit. I'm not saying everyone is, but most of them are dicks. There are a lot of really, really narcissistic or people playing the game or people who just really don't want to be friendly.
Mm-hmm. Like one instance, when we were down for Springfest and we were registering for Buddyfight on the second day for the whole Springfest, and Weiss Schwarz has also played on that days just because both games aren't as big as Vanguard. All I could hear was, oh, you guys should stop playing Buddyfight. Weiss Schwarz way more fun. It's way better, blah, blah, blah. You guys suck if you play Buddyfight. It's like, but I still have money.
I like to think when I play a game.
When we were playing Team League for Vanguard, I had 2 people come up to me when I was doing my deck registration who I'm pretty sure were scoping out my deck.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I had 0 people do that who were seriously into Buddyfight, but I had like 20, 30 people trying to come up to me, be like, yo, what are you playing in Weiss Schwarz today? And like peeking over, trying to see if I was playing Weiss Schwarz from like the people, from the tables of people registering for Weiss Schwarz. That's not cool.
Like, go away. You can like, just go away.
And to you people who peek at deck lists, F you.
Yeah, no kidding. That's not cool. And then also, there were the people in Weiss Schwarz who were friendly. I had several people come up to me and just strike a conversation, and it was fun. And then they said, do you play Weiss Schwarz? And I knew as soon as I said no, no matter what, the conversation was over, and they were gone.
Bye.
In the eyes of a drum. Because, you know, we don't have the license to actually sing that song. But I miss you, drum. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on Gal.
So I do have issues with the community itself. And like I said earlier, not everyone in the community is that way. I'm sure there are some great Weiss Schwarz players. I've met a few who are very friendly and nice regardless.
Lots of our local Weiss Schwarz players are very friendly.
Right.
Wait, we have locals?
Yeah. They just play on Sunday.
And they're not. There aren't too many people. And a lot of them are mainly like Vanguard people who also dabble in Weiss Schwarz.
Yeah, they're mostly dabblers, so you don't really see the world's best deck builds, but they're definitely a lot better than mine was. But
well, let's be fair. Yours was a trial deck.
Yeah, with like 3 packs mixed into it.
Well, you actually bought packs?
Yeah.
Yeah, the funny thing is those 3 packs were probably way more expensive than the trial deck.
They were. And I'm punching myself in the face still because I'm like, I could have spent this $20 on Vanguard.
Yeah, you and your waifus.
Yeah.
Well, enough about the community in Weiss Schwarz. Let's kind of talk about a little bit more of it. Let's
What about the gameplay?
try and see if there's anything else.
Nah, I just did that check. I think we hit everything that's non-gameplay.
We can talk about lack of playstyle.
But that can be incorporated, I guess, into
Okay.
gameplay.
All right, let me restart that. Well, enough about the community and so forth and kind of throwing some heat your guys' way. Let's talk about the gameplay. Let's talk about how much it is automated. I mean fun. Fun.
How much don't you have to think?
Yeah,
What is thinking in Weiss Schwarz?
I played Weiss Schwarz before Dalton did. Dalton did not play it until recently. And what I did was I described how the game played to him. And I'm like, overall, it feels autopilot. Like, it feels like the game plays itself. I don't have any choice in the game. It's just whatever you draw, that's how you play it. That's how you play it. And the game plays itself. And I don't think you really understood what I was meaning until you played it yourself.
No, I got what you were saying. I'm just like, that's why it took me a little bit longer to actually I guess, feel open to actually do it, I guess, to actually play the game. And playing it just made it that much worse. And yeah, Weiss Schwarz, get good, bro. Get good.
Not only is it very autopilot, meaning there's not a lot of split-second decision-making, which is something that especially Buddyfight thrives on. There's a lot of hard choices you need to make in a Buddyfight match, and that's something you don't get at all in Weiss Schwarz.
Yeah, there's a lot more into Buddyfight, like the skill of building your deck, the skill of actually putting your cards to true use, the skill of actually having a plan B. Weiss Schwarz, you have plan A, autopilot. You can basically use a trial deck.
I would describe playing Weiss Schwarz as rolling just a couple of dice around on the table against somebody and trying to reach a goal. Like, let's roll high numbers. Let's just keep on rolling higher numbers than each other. And it's basically just that. It's all luck-based.
And, another issue with the actual gameplay, decks are too samey. And I know Vanguard gets criticized for the deck styles being too similar between the different clans, but you don't know how it is until you play Weiss Schwarz. Sure, each deck has a little difference to them, but they're incredibly similar.
Yeah. Like, you just look at them and it's just like, we all have the same common goal. And it's like, how does your deck build work? Oh, you have these kinds of cards? You need this kind of card for your deck. And you look at the effects, and they're basically all the same effects and everything, and it's a lot of copy-paste. The artwork and the names are just different.
And it also kind of seems the person who basically wins is the one who goes first. Because it's like, if you go first, you have the upper hand. Where unlike in Buddyfight or in Vanguard, like, if you go first, you could pull off a win. Or if you go second, even though the chances are a little bit better if you go second, you can also pull off the win. But Weiss Schwarz, it seems if you go first, you kind of have the win. With like the 2 matches that I played against Darien, it's like he went first, I believe, for both of them, and that was basically it.
It does seem like going first is a distinct advantage in Weiss Schwarz.
Very much.
Whereas the other games, they do try to balance it. So for Buddyfight, you're not allowed to draw. For Vanguard, you're not allowed to attack first turn. There's no direct downside to going first, because you still get to draw, and you still get at least 1 attack on the first turn.
Mm-hmm.
So where's the balance in that?
The mulligan. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, I got nothing.
Something else I want to point out. Wow, is Weiss Schwarz slow. Not only is it just slow in how the game proceeds, but the games take forever.
It's painfully slow.
You see, it's not as slow as if you say you play Buddyfight and you build a wall deck that basically makes the game draw out. It's more like putting that on 400. That's how slow it is. Like me and Darien, I'm pretty sure we played a good 35, 45 minutes for one match. Where in Buddyfight, we probably could have done like 30 matches.
When we go to regional tournaments, they run Buddyfight and Weiss Schwarz at the same time, and they both have the same amount of time for their rounds. And
I actually believe Weiss Schwarz is a little bit longer. I think it's 45 minutes.
I think you're right. It's 45 minutes to 35 minutes. And then
35 to 45.
Yeah. So Weiss Schwarz matches are actually a little bit longer than Buddyfight matches, and they do best of 1, meaning they have 1 match, that's it. Whereas Buddyfight, they're best 2 out of 3.
Within 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So in most cases, it's 2 matches. In some cases, you're doing 3 in a row, and you're still going quicker than the 1 Weiss Schwarz match.
And like the only time you have people that go past the 30 minutes is basically wall decks going up against each other. Otherwise, like in Springfest against the winner of Springfest there in Chicago, Brandon, it was 5 minutes, we were done. And that was 2 matches.
Right. It's much faster pace. Vanguard's somewhere in the middle between the two, but it's not nearly as long in most cases.
Well, Buddyfight, you can't really consider it to be a fast-paced game either. It has a very large scale that can go. It can be 5 minutes to like 25, I say. 25 is a good ending number for it.
Right. But part of it, for Buddyfight and Vanguard, there's a chance that the matches will go long because the decks are built a certain way or you play a certain way.
Exactly.
But in Weiss Schwarz, it's virtually impossible to go under like 30, 35 minutes in match. And part of that's because of the health system in the game. Because it takes a lot of hits to actually win the game.
And then there's the nullifies.
Right, which the nullifies, the way it works, you take a certain amount of damage from an attack in Weiss Schwarz, and the top cards of your deck go into your damage area.
Your clock. Remember, it's the clock.
Yep, it's the clock.
Yeah, your clock. And if any of those cards are a climax card, which, yes, I still do like that name. It's quite funny.
I climax.
If any of them are climaxes, the attack is completely nullified.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So basically say you do 5 damage to your opponent, and on their 5th card, they flip over a climax. It doesn't do jack squat.
And that has 2 effects on the game. 1, it makes it even slower. And 2, it makes the actual outcome of the game a lot more luck-based. Because if you're drawing climaxes left and right from your damage, you're going to be doing okay.
Yes. But then again, it can also backfire on you too, because you need your damage in order to level up, in order to call stronger units, if that's what they're called. Or the characters, that's what they are. To call stronger characters. So in the long run, the luck is a double-edged sword.
And see, the thing with it, though, the damage system is a little too convoluted. I'm not saying too much, but it is. Having the whole need 7 cards in the damage zone, and then you level up once, and do it again, and then take 7 damage, you're dead. That's 28 damage, right? I did my math right?
28 damage for a total defeat.
That's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And it could have been toned down. They could have balanced the game a little better, make it a little harder to get extra soul to deal more damage, and then say do 5-5-5.
Mm-hmm. It's very, very easy to do a lot of damage.
What? Yeah, I find the amount of damage you have to do very ridiculous in that game before you win. It's like a one-way street either. You can't heal it, but I understand why.
Mhm.
But that if somebody packs their deck full of climaxes, they're not going to be taking very much damage.
And that's kind of stupid in the long run too. But then again, Log Horizon might be very good with that because of one climax in particular. 2 soul.
And I want to bring up this point. The only difficult thing about the game is learning it.
Oh my god, the learning process.
There's so many little details that you need to make sure is there. But once you actually learn it, it's so mechanical.
I thought Vanguard was hard when I first began to learn it because of all the different abilities and costs. Weiss Schwarz is much worse.
And isn't that the Japanese equivalent size for a kid game too?
Yes, Weiss Schwarz cards are the same size as Buddyfight and Pokemon. They're the larger size, which are meant for children's games.
Jesus, that tells you how stupid Americans are. Or just how freaking dumb Weiss Schwarz is. They should be extra tiny. They should be half the size of Vanguard cards because they're so freaking hard to learn.
Yeah, but the issue with that is some Weiss Schwarz cards have just massive walls of text on them, and they'd get really, really tiny. I mean, I have issues seeing card text just because I can't see very well. But I know, Dalton, you even were struggling a little bit with the Weiss Schwarz cards.
Yeah,
You're
it was just too much just to read. And it's I don't want to read all of this. Just let me play.
There's really weird rulings with color and size or grade or I don't even know what they level.
Yes.
Yeah, they see all these games have different names for it, but they're levels and there's so much stuff to worry about, and you have lots of worthless cards in your hand.
Except for the climaxes.
The game would be so much better with a charge and draw system.
Well,
There is.
Well, they do have something like that.
A
They
clock
have
and
the
draw.
Clock and draw.
They do have the clock and draw, right, which does help, but in essence, you're taking a damage to refresh one card in your hand because you're losing a card from your hand because it's going into damage and then drawing 2, which is a gain of 1 card 4/1 damage. But if they did that and did a charge and draw system where you can just put one into your stock and then draw one, I think it would help the game a lot more, because you do see a lot of dead cards in the hand, especially early game when you can only summon 0s or 1s. You have a lot of 2s and
So you
stuff
can only
sitting
summon
in your hand.
zeros.
Yeah, you can only summon zeros early game,
I
bro.
said early game, not beginning of game.
Alright.
Okay, so next, I want to bring something up. So I especially have flung up a whole bunch of criticism for the game. As someone who actually enjoys the game, Darien,
Yeah.
what criticism do you feel that I've brought up has been reasonable and something you think is an issue with the game? What things do you think are a little too unfair?
I think that the issue of you saying that it's an autopilot game, I can agree a lot on that. But when it comes to the no skill, I can kind of say that's a little unfair, because you do have to have skill to build a deck that will autopilot well.
It does seem like the game's a very, very heavy focus on deck building. You don't play Weiss Schwarz. You build a deck and it plays itself.
Basically.
So I guess I can see...
Buddyfight's better.
Oh, snap. It's true, though. But I can totally see how building a deck for Weiss Schwarz could be fun, but not playing it.
Right. Like, it's fun to see the deck do well, because it's like, I built this. I spent so much effort on linking cards together so that they flow.
Vanguard.
Effort or money?
Yeah, that's the big question.
Yeah,
Are you putting a bunch of effort into building a deck or a bunch of money into building a deck?
both.
Is it a pay-to-win game like Pokemon is, where you need to spend a whole bunch of money to even be close to competitive?
I'd have to say so. But once you actually put the money in and they put the effort in, yeah.
Getting back to the money issue, the packs are nearly worthless.
That is true. I think I know what you're saying with that. Like, you don't get enough value in a pack?
Yes, not enough value, especially since everyone basically plays one anime or game, and maybe two. So there's not as many cards out there, and there's not as much need for them either, because so many people play either Sword Art Online and Attack on Titan, and not much for all these other card games. So it's like, all right, I buy this $9 pack, like three $9 packs. So I'm spending 18, and basically, even if I get the highest rarity, I'm getting like $6 back from it.
You just gotta hope that you get a signature card in there.
If you get a signature card, it's worth something. But why should it be?
Because it's the rarest cards in the packs.
And how much does that typically go for, though?
Most of them are like $30 to $50.
Yeah, I recently did a
okay.
trade for one of the signature cards I got. I don't even remember what character it was from Can Cole, but it was one of the ones that went up in price really quickly, so I was able to get rid of it for $50.
But it's kind of sad
Nice.
that like that's your only out really to breaking even with the game.
And that's
Yeah.
not even talking about getting a box. That barely helps with that.
I'm kind of happy, though. I was able to make a profit on the game.
Because you only bought a few packs and you lucked out.
Right.
If you buy a couple boxes or whatnot, you're going to be in the hole.
Right.
So-
Really deep in the hole.
You're going to stop playing the game forever, right?
I might pick up a couple of packs from games I want, or from animes/games that I want to collect for, but that's
Hey,
basically going to be it.
What are you talking about? You have to do it the Weiss Schwarz way. You stick to your one anime/game
Forever.
forever.
It's actually interesting because I do hate Weiss Schwarz as a game, but for collecting cards, if it weren't as expensive, if it was a little bit cheaper, I think it's a great idea. I actually own quite a few Weiss Schwarz cards for a couple different animes that I like. Not to play, but just to sit in a binder because they're for animes I like and of characters I like.
Yeah. Like, I love the fact of trying to collect cards from certain animes you like, the way you brought it up. But then again, I also kind of like the concept Weiss Schwarz was going for. Oh, you love this anime or game? Why not play it against other people with their favorite shows and games? But then it's the automated and the price and the... short-lived.
It's a very bittersweet end.
I think it's a great idea, but I'd rather play like Universal Fighting System, UFS, or something like that that does the same thing, but does it better.
Yes, quite better. To kind of wrap it up and kind of pull all of our points together, Weiss Schwarz sucks. Darien doesn't 100% agree with that statement. Jacob is 100% on the whole. Weiss Schwarz sucks.
But how do you feel?
Dalton, how do you feel, Dalton? Flashback. It's
Can we put you in the it's okay?
Nah, put me in the
Oh, it's like that minor. I don't really like it, but I don't hate it.
No, I want to be in the
Okay.
But you shouldn't have an reaction to a card game that you're expected to spend hundreds of dollars on to play.
But I do.
If you got a disposable income, why not?
I'd rather put all my money into Buddyfight or Vanguard or, heck, Duel Masters.
But wait, we already did that.
Yeah, we did.
And we still didn't break the bank. Wow. Get good, Weiss Schwarz. Beat Duel Masters. But don't beat Duel Masters. Don't die off.
Sell your packs for a nickel.
I don't know. Let's hope that maybe some of the Weiss Schwarz fans pick up Luck and Logic.
Yeah, I feel like that game will be a really good game.
Because I wanna hang out with some Weiss Schwarz people, because some of them seem really nice, but there's not much to talk about.
Yeah, they're just dicks and say if you don't play Weiss Schwarz, you're a loser.
Let's talk about anime. My anime's better than yours because my deck beat your deck. Woohoo! I told you Sword Art Online was better than Attack on Titan. I hate Attack on Titan.
Whoa, shots fired.
I've never watched Attack on Titan.
It's really boring.
I don't really like it myself, but
I have tried to get into it, but I'm like, every time I go to it, I'm like, ooh, better anime.
you're playing a dangerous game here, Darien. Darien,
Yeah?
thanks for coming on the show.
It's not a problem. If you ever want me back, I'll be happy to talk about any card game.
Good, because we're never talking about Weiss Schwarz again.
Yeah, Weiss Schwarz sucks.
Unless they get good, then
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe if, Bushiroad happens to pick up this podcast episode and listen to some of our complaints about the game and addresses them.
And then hashtag sponsors us,
Yeah, we'll take a sponsorship from Bushiroad any day.
All the Vanguard cards, please.
Not just
Whoa,
Bushiroad.
whoa.
Buddyfight.
And Luck and Logic.
And Luck and Logic.
All of your
And
card
Vanguard.
games.
Maybe
All
a
of
little
them.
Weiss Schwarz. But thanks for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. Thanks for putting up with me telling you that your former favorite card game is poop.
I got a new favorite.
You're really into Vanguard now, huh?
Yep. That's my new favorite. You pushed me a little bit out of the Weiss Schwarz boat, and now I'm going along with Vanguard heavy now.
Well, that's enough hate on Weiss Schwarz for now. Let's try to wrap this up, don't you say?
Yep, wrapping it up is always safe.
Perfect, because that means more time for Buddyfight episodes.
If you guys agree with us on our criticisms of Weiss Schwarz, let us know. If you guys disagree with us,
Tell
let
us why
know.
we should like it.
Yeah, tell us why our criticisms are not valid.
And give us good reasons other than, Buddyfight sucks.
And
Does
my
Buddyfight is
my
valid.
anime is so cool, it makes the genuine criticisms of the game irrelevant.
Yeah, my Attack on Titan deck is so awesome. I love all my brown colors.
Make sure to visit our sponsors who make this podcast possible by visiting tcgbuzz.com/sponsors. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter, or submit a show review. You can do this by visiting tcgbuzz.com/10. TCG Buzz is a proud member of Newsmakers Podcast Network, an ever-growing network of podcasts covering many business and entertainment topics. Please check them out at npcn.tv. Darien, thanks again for being on the show. It was fun.
Yeah, not a problem. I enjoyed being on the show.
That's good. I'm Dalton,
I'm Jacob.
and this was TCG Buzz.
I'm good.
Thanks for listening to TCG Buzz. New episodes can be found on tcgbuzz.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For box openings, deck profiles, and more, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.